three-man group. They love death. He's a guitarist.
Blink 182.
It's not. These guys both have good voices. I never realized this guy has a good, clear, expressive voice. I would never, because he dresses up like it's Halloween every night. What's his name? He sang
Marilyn Manson.
No. He sang this song, which is a good School's Out.
School's out for summer.
Bingo. What's his name? It's not Ozzy Osbourne, is
No, it's Aerosmith. The dude from Aerosmith.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Tyler. Steven Tyler.
I'm afraid not, sir.
Oh,
you don't know. My nephews would know this in a blink.
He was in Wayne's World. I forget his name.
Ozzy Osbourne has a great voice also.
Here's what is... These days, you know what you don't hear? Low singing voices. I think we need to bring back the low voices. People tell me I have a pretty low...
deep voice.
People tell me I have a pretty deep voice. But I feel like I talk up high like this.
That's a falsetto.
No, that wasn't... This is falsetto like Mickey Mouse. But you know, I know a thing or two about singing and the mechanics of the voice. You know, there's such a thing as head voice.
Yeah, there's all kinds of gimmicks and gadgets, right? What is this guy's name? I got his name. When you stop trying to remember, then it comes to me.
This is the truth.
And he has the name of a woman's name. Alice Cooper.
That's it. That's who I was searching.
He has a voice all the way. But he dresses up and like it's Halloween every night.
Well, you got to get attention somehow.
God almighty.
Why do you think I look like a clown?
He's a good guy. And he has a very good singing voice. I don't know why. What?
Did you eat breakfast?
I've eaten what? Oh. If I'm first of all, I'm up before 3 a.m. Why? My biological clock has shifted ridiculously.
Well, you go to sleep at what time?
Well, I'm up at least
8 p.m.
Midnight.
You're up until midnight?
So you're
masturbating, right?
I'm going on 3 hours sleep. Exercising, writing, reading, smoking, and drinking. This is what I'm doing every night. And listening to music.
Your neighbors must love you.
Now, this music is played... They're on a fund drive right now. It ends at 2... I need you... I want $20. That's every month.
Let's go.
But you're going to make the call for me.
What call? We just go.
To the station.
Okay,
Jazz.
And elaborate. What do you mean? We're going to make a call?
Yeah, I want...
To pledge.
To pledge $20. That's every month. That's $240.
That's too much for you.
No, it isn't, sir.
See, you live on meager means, and yet you still want to pledge. That's admirable.
You're damn right, because I figured this out. I listen to this station 20 hours a day. Times there is 600 hours. 600 into 20, I'm paying 30 cents an hour to listen to this great music. You better believe I'm paying 30 cents an hour. I'm getting away.
Were you listening this? I was listening this morning to K-Jazz. They played some great Louis Armstrong songs.
And Ella Fitzgerald.
I get a kick. I can't do it. I get a kick.
That's Louis Armstrong's.
You give me the boots.
No. No. This is pretty interesting. Cole Porter wrote this song. It ends, I get a kick, I get a kick, I get a kick out of you. Sinatra.
You give me the boot.
No. Sinatra changed it. He goes, I get a kick, you give me a boot. I get a kick out of you. And Cole Porter was not happy. He says,
no, that's a great line.
He says, sing the song the way I wrote it, or don't sing it at all. Sinatra listens to no one. He continued, and Cole Porter said, Sinatra makes me a lot of money. If it were any other guy, he's not singing my song. But I'm going to let Sinatra get away with this. He changed the words around. He's known for doing this. Because I'm showing I'm Frank Sinatra. I can get away with other guys who will not get away with it. I'm just proving to you I'm Frank Sinatra. I can get away with things other guys, you'll never get away with this. Everyone knows this.
Will you tell me more about...
This is not a secret.
Will you tell me more about Tanya? Continue the saga of Tanya, a.k.a. Sonia. The true story.
Oh, so she's not... prior to my arriving, she's going out every night, partying. Now, she's staying home every night, knocking at my door. So that should tell you something. I think I walk by her door. It's open.
Did you go in?
No, she goes, you can knock on my door sometimes too, you know. I hear this as if it were yesterday. And I said, I will never do that.
Why not? This is one thing that differs between me and you. I knock on the door. I go up and approach people. That's how I met you.
That's because I don't approach people. I let the world come to me, and it does. That's why I have this apartment. This gal, and she knows I'm homeless. Because he's got pushing around a shopping cart, lined with these bags. It's the only attractive shopping cart. All my stuff, clothes, toilet articles.
Well, you're a clean person.
I'm clean and neat, yes. So are you.
These days. It wasn't always the case.
Now, what I
was disheveled before. You should have seen me. You shouldn't have seen me because I was a wreck.
Yeah, I've never done that in my life.
I was a heroin addict. You know that?
No. I would never believe it. But nowadays, I'll believe anything. What? A heroin addict? What? Oh, my gosh.
And you want to hear the story of how I got past that?
What age were you?
5 years ago.
Well, you cleaned up your act real well, sir.
I went to rehab twice. The first time, I was clean and sober for 6 months. And I relapsed. Not just on booze, not just on the ganj, but on heroin. And about 6 months later, after using for a while more, my uncle gave me a call. He said, I was laying in bed. He said, I will pay for your rehab stint. Go to this place I went to. What do you have to lose? And I thought, I don't want to go to rehab, but to answer your question, I have nothing to lose. Sometimes it takes that to move forward when you have nothing to lose.
Well, when you ain't got nothing, this is cheap song lyrics. You got nothing to lose. But I joined the Navy at 19. I am dropping out of college with A averages. Formal schooling is not for me. So the Navy has this worked out that they bring their companies are made up. They choose 3 different cities. It happened to be New York, Detroit, and Jacksonville, Florida. All the guys are from one of those 3 places. And all the guys from Detroit were heroin addicts. That's why they joined the Navy. They did. Well, that's why they joined the Navy. They're heroin from Detroit, Michigan.
Here's a crazy story.
This is a bad place, baby.
My dad was a flight surgeon in Vietnam, in the Vietnam War. And you know what he told me recently while we're walking the Camino de Santiago? Is that, my dad's an artist, visual artist.
Right.
He paints, he sculpts.
Right.
But he's also a doctor, so he's a Renaissance man. He's a mechanic, he's everything.
Yeah, that's a Renaissance man.
But he told me recently, there's this painting he brought back from Vietnam, and he said that he painted it and then left it in the swamp, in the mud of the bay where he was stationed, and then picked it up then a week later or so, and now it's framed in a beautiful mirrored chrome frame. But you know what he told me recently? He used to tell me, yeah, there were posters in the base there targeting the pilots, because he told me the pilots would buy for $5 pure heroin, a vial of pure heroin, and they would stuff it into their cigarettes and smoke it right in front of their commanding officers.
My brother-in-law, this is commonplace. Not for World War I or II or the Civil War, but for the Vietnam War was an insane war. Who did the movie? After he did The Godfather, that's in the top 10. Apocalypse Now. This is madness. Coppola. This is mad. This war is mad. This World War I is not mad. World War II.
They're all mad. Any war is mad. What are you telling me?
World War II was started by two countries, Germany and Japan. They actually had the nerve that you could take over the world, just you two countries. You got to be out of your mind, buddy boy. Now America gets mobilized. All right.
And so, my dad is a flight surgeon in Vietnam. The pilots are smoking heroin out of their cigarettes in front of their commanding officers, getting away with it.
Yeah, can you see Robert Duvall? He's nuts, isn't he? He's flying into what, Nam? Tells stop. He wants to do some surfing here. He's out of his mind. What? That's the book I sent my sister. She loved.
And
Duvall
so,
is a great actor.
And so, there were posters, he told me, up in their base.
Rock and roll stars or what?
Of Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah.
of Janis Joplin.
Jim Morrison.
It said, you know what it said? Jimmy did it. Janis did it. Don't do it.
And Jim did it. Jim, Jimmy, and Janis.
The 27 Club.
Well, yes, that's not funny at all.
But
Hello, madame.
Good morning.
Hello.
But here's the thing my dad just told me. In this painting that he produced in Vietnam, he shipped it back along with a couple motorcycles from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was a motorcycle racer. I told you he was a Renaissance man. He is a Renaissance.
There's no doubt.
But in that painting,
This guy can do anything. What?
He told me in the frame of it, he carved out a piece and hid in the frame, and it is in my parents' house to this day, a vial of pure heroin.
My God. I don't know about that kind of sense of humor. But
No, I'm serious though.
yeah, but I'm not going along.
So, but let me tell you
Drugs, we know, are a dead end all the way. A booze is not a dead end. Sinatra's drink. Now, forget booze. Is not a dead end.
So I told you I was a heroin addict for some time, for several years, and here's how I got past it. My uncle called me up. He said, "What do you have to lose?
That's good.
Go to this.
Your uncle's a nice guy.
Go to this elite."
Just your father's brother?
My mother's brother. My mother's brother-in-law. He was adopted.
What? That's fine.
He's an amazing man. He was adopted in Southern California, a surfer, and he was mowing lawns, doing yard work, became an entrepreneur, he said, one quote that I love from him? He said, "When I grow up, I want all the toys."
No, this guy is great.
And
You've
so
already convinced me that he is great.
okay, and so here's what. But this is an epic story. He became the foremost concrete mogul of the West Coast, California, Arizona, Nevada. He became a multi-millionaire.
He's a very impressive guy, obviously.
But he's a good guy.
Yeah, and he's a good guy also. Well, that's just one of the things that makes him an impressive guy.
And so he calls me up. He says, "What do you have to lose? Go to the place I went to."
You actually, it seems to me, you owe your life to this guy.
This is true.
This is not bullshitting. I don't know anyway. I didn't come around with guys who, heroin. I first smoked marijuana when I was 19. Last when I was 23. That's 50 years ago. I forget about drugs. We wouldn't be palling around with any guy or girl who does drugs.
And so here's what happened.
Tell you, sir.
Here's what happened.
I'm not associating with a drug addict.
I submitted. I said I have nothing to lose.
No,
I went to this rehab facility. And
by the way, I'm going to say this immediately. Right. There's two versions of this song. The original.
Wait! I'm in the middle of the story.
My nephews don't like this guy, but he did a. You call it a remake.
Cover.
California Girls, right? They wear dresses much more than any place I've been in. I got to give you. They don't just automatically pull on a pair of blue jeans. They wear dresses. And my brother-in-law used to say, "Yeah, we love to see women wearing a dress." The same old T-shirt, blue jeans, and sneakers. You're wearing it out with us. Well, sorry, I don't care if you're a cover girl.
Are you ready for me to continue?
Would you mind putting on a skirt and blouse once in a while?
Are you ready for me to continue my story?
Go ahead, please.
So, I go to this rehab facility, this elite, meaning expensive.
Yes.
Alternative. They didn't just have the AA model. They had a unique model based on codependence. And so I'm out there, the people there, the counselors, the patients, my friends, they all helped me. But do you know what also helped me? I met a girl. And
was she rehabbing also? Or was she a counselor?
She was rehabbing also, but this was a dual diagnosis rehab. And meaning that it's not all about drugs. It's about whatever issues you're going through. This girl, she had dissociative disorder. She's a successful designer from London. She's out there. We're spending every day together, every night. We fell in love. On the last night, we're walking together, and I told her, I've fallen in love with you. Here's the catch. She was engaged to be married the next February. And
that happens.
And she told me,
I'm going to break off the engagement.
Are you? No, she didn't say that.
But if you're writing a novel, I could see this happen.
No.
It happened to Kenneth Clark, the great art historian. He's looking after his best friend's girlfriend. He's going to Oxford. That's the English Harvard. And what? He falls in love with her. I fell in love with my best friend. And they married. They had a great marriage. This happens. She's engaged to marry another man in 3 months.
But here's the thing.
She broke it off.
Not only was she engaged, and the true story is better than what you just conceived.
I didn't conceive this. This is Kenneth Clark's autobiography. Sir.
Yeah, you stole it. Okay. The true story.
I gotta
here's what
interrupt
happened.
you again.
No.
Bad poets borrow, good poets steal. Ruminate on that for a moment.
Yeah, I know that. Great artists steal.
Bad poets borrow.
So,
Bad poets borrow.
not only was she engaged to be
shocking
married,
me.
but her fiance from London was visiting currently for family week at the rehab. I shook his hand. He was a good guy. And my thoughts on it, you know what it did for me? It's like, I'm okay with this not working out. I'm okay with, I fell in love with this girl. We really connected, but here's the thing. She had her own life in London. I had my own. She was engaged to be married. And I accepted that, and I didn't want to be a home wrecker. I didn't want to. I was okay with it not working out.
That's good. That's good.
But here's what it did. Here's how I got over.
That's very mature of
Here's
you.
a big.
And what would you say? You're in your early 30s?
32. Here's what helped me get over my heroin addiction.
Wow.
She showed me, because she loved me too. Still does, I should hope to think. But here's what I learned, and this helped me tremendously, is that she showed me that I'm worthy of love.
That's big. Yeah, this is heavy. I don't know more. But it happens frequently. Yours is not an isolated instance at all, sir.
But so many people don't love themselves. So much negative self-talk. People thinking they're lesser than, comparing. And this is a thing about social media, which you've avoided. Is that people are always comparing themselves to others. And we get these snapshots of their glamorous life. That is not how they're actually feeling, though, necessarily.
Yes. But if you've been reading the great writers for 50 years and more, you're not going to gravitate to anything on social media, please. These are not right. They're not great minds. It's all. They may be lonely, tired of life, tired of themselves, but they're not that place. It's Hallmark greeting card time. But on a wall.
Steve.
This is the glorified gossip column.
You know what Miranda told me? And corroborate this or
go ahead.
deny this. She told me that...
Confirm or deny it.
Confirm or deny it.
I'm going to improve your speech day by day if I have to. Right.
Thank you.
Hunter Thompson is not going to be of any help to you in this regard.
She told me another friend of yours and hers said that you confided in him and told him that you were, in fact, sick and dying.
Well, you can confirm that for yourself. I don't know how. I must be one of the great all-time heroes of the world when I have, in fact, done 1.5 million stomach crunches since December 1st. That's 10 months and 23 days. Where I don't think she can do 100,000.
No, we're talking about your health.
Yeah. Well, that's not even worth commenting on. What? Because if your health
Is it
was
true
bad,
though? Are you sick?
you wouldn't be doing 6,000 crunches a month.
You might be. Are you sick or not?
No. I have one situation here. I have to
You know,
see.
my dad's a doctor.
Yeah, that's a specific kind of doctor. Podiatrist. Who does he handle?
He's a general practitioner, so he can do it all.
And believe it or not, this is true. What? I believe this has its source in a corn that I failed to take care of at least 6 years
What do you mean
ago.
a corn?
Right beneath the toes on my right foot. And now it's right. So I have trouble walking.
Morning.
Good morning. I mean, is it past noon by now?
We've been jabbering.
It's 11:47.
11:47.
Steve,
We passed up Sinatra on a Sunday morning.
I think you might know this, but you know, I've been recording our conversation.
That's fine. Because
Will
I
you-
don't have any secrets to keep. I'm not worried about keeping secrets.
Will you say goodbye to the people?
Why not? Good night, and good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Bonsoir, bon appetit, bon voyage, and we'll meet again.
Show me your love, though.
That comes through, I hope.
We love you dearly. Signing off, little boy and my dear sir.